Yang mulai Prof. Rudi berarti Pak Arif.
Ya, saya buka dulu.
Ya, Prof. Rudi yang buka.
Terima kasih. Thank you, Natalya Lomovtseva, Dr. Natalya Lomovtseva. I know that your time is not your time is so busy, and then it's not easy to me in here, to us in here, to invite you before, and then actually your class in next week, I think next week, yes, next week, but in Tuesday, but it's better you ask to me to start in a free day in this week. It's good for us in here because in next Tuesday there are 2 persons from abroad, and then I received your advice to change your schedule in this free day. Thank you about that. And then in our class there are more than 30 people, and there are come from the Department of PhD vocational, PhD DET, and the others departments come from Management of Education, PhD in Management of Education. And then the umbrella of these themes about the global human resources in global perspective. But for the material from your side, it's up to you. We know that everything that you have as an expert, we need your lecture to fulfill the learning experience, especially for the PhD program. And then after that, the student will mix from other speakers in here, because there are 8 speakers until until December, I think, because you have X times until November, I think, and then after that continue by other speakers come from Korea, come from Vietnam and Malaysia and Brunei. So I think that's in my mind. I think that's good for my student to give international issue, to give international activities in an era of pandemic. Sure that if not in pandemic era, usually we have visiting for the student in abroad, but usually in close to the Indonesia, like in Singapore, Malaysia, something like that. Of course, if we have if the student want to go to Russia, to Ekaterinburg, I think that's good idea, but we can make more close, and then we can make a real discussion with the student in Russia. It's good experience for my student. And I will introduce yourself to my student. Natalya is one of the doctoral degree from come from TU Dresden, I think. TU Dresden, is it right?
Yes.
Yes, and then you have experience in some university beyond the Russia, and then now you have a new position in Ministry of Education, I think. But you can tell to our student after that. But of course, you are as a lecturer, I know that, and then I hope that our collaboration in these programs, like discussion, even though we have a program, big program like visiting professor, like others activities that involve the lecture from abroad, but this time is good for us to invite you as one of the reference for our student. I think that's the point. And then please to our student in here, feel free to ask to the Dr. Natalya Lomovtseva, and then take this is the great time to you to make your experience, especially how to make like a question in English, question in international issue, question in your idea to discuss with Professor Natalya about the TVET, about to develop the worker, the preparing the worker in the industry, something like that. It's up to you. And then after that, of course, we will make like a conclusion in the end in the December, and then we try to make a small book, Natalya, and then there are your name, there are your reference in that book. Okay, that's the point. Yeah,
okay.
That's the point.
It's very
yes,
it's very important.
Okay, now after that, after me, and then there are some students as a committee will guide you to as a moderator to deliver your lecture. I think that's from me. And again, thank you, spasiba, for your time.
I don't know how. Thank you for Indonesian. Sorry, please.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih. Terima kasih.
Okay, I will study.
But you can.
It's not easier for me. Sorry.
Also, never mind. You can say spasiba. We will get to hear from your from
Russian. Пожалуйста. You're welcome.
Okay.
Пожалуйста.
Thank you. Thank you. That's your time. Please.
Okay.
Silakan.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bruri. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 2021 academic discussion series virtual event organized by the TVET doctoral program, postgraduate program, Universitas Negeri Yogyakarta. I am super excited to have you here, excited about all the amazing discussion that we are going to have today. The idea is a series of activities for one semester from September to December with speakers from each countries by conveying perspective from each country. This idea is held for giving global insights to postgraduate students about the development of technology and industry 4.0 society 5.0 things in the context of the works and the development of work skill and their implication for human resources structure. Before we begin, allow me to introduce myself. I am Yoga Sahria and will be accompanied by Farah as moderator today. Besides that, let me remind you that this event will be live in PPS official YouTube channel. Now, joining us today is Professor Natalya Lomovtseva. He is the professor of ICT department. Today, he will share about digital dedicated of vocational education and training in Russia. Let's welcome Natalya Lomovtseva. The time is about 50 minutes. The time is yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me start my lecture. I prepared a presentation about today first theme about e-learning, about experience Russia from developed. This is. Так. Just a minute. And this. You can see a structure of the lecture number 1. Yes?
Yes, I see. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, again, good morning, my dear students. I can see this is especially because it's very interesting for me and the first experience, international virtual classroom. I hope this is a lecture, this is experience from Russia for you will be interesting too, and you can compare our experience and with your country. Experience for e-learning, first today theme. Okay, I would like to thank you very much, Brurio, for this is coming today. And let me introduce myself. My name is Lomovtseva Natalya. I'm from Russia, from Ekaterinburg. I work at the Russian State Vocational Pedagogical University, and from September 2004 to the present time, I'm working as the Chair of Information System and Computer Technology of Training at the Russian State Vocational Pedagogical University. I have always been interested in the modern information technologies and also pedagogy, psychology, technique of training. All this has defined my choice of research work, the distant educations, e-learning. The basic problem which I'm engaged in within the framework of my research is the estimation of quality of means of distance education. Mostly, I'm interested in aspects of education and training for teachers who work with the distance education technology, because in Russia today, it's a problem. Now I have background of research and implementation of distance education practice at the university where I work. My task today is discuss with you to tell about general distance and e-learning awareness, the principle of daily academic life. And firstly, I would like to say you welcome to Ekaterinburg. I prepare a short presentation about our city. We have a different the weather. I know you like probably winter, and I I want to see you about winter in our Ekaterinburg. Please give me 5-6 seconds. I show you my video content. You can see?
Not yet.
Not yet.
You can see?
Yeah, but it doesn't run.
Yes.
Pak. Pak, nyuwun ngapur, Pak.
Natalya, the video doesn't run. The video doesn't run. Could you replay again, maybe?
Okay, you can't. This is video.
I cannot. We cannot see.
Okay. Maybe Arif, I sent yesterday you. This is a video about, and you can do demonstration this video.
Okay.
Please.
Mas juga ditampilkan video yang kemarin di grup itu.
Okay.
Natalya, maybe you can stop your
demonstration.
Screen. And Yuga will share his screen.
Okay.
Mr. Arif, send to me, please, video.
Okay, maybe then I continue. Okay, my lecture. Okay. And we have maybe pause between 40 minutes, and we can see this is video. Okay. Okay. I continue my.
You can show your screen again, Natalya.
Yes. Okay. Okay, this is a full demonstration. Okay, it's next. Okay. About Russian State Vocational Pedagogical University. At the end of the 7th RSVPU, at that moment, Sverdlovsk Engineering Pedagogical Institute was established as an institution of higher professional education to train vocational teachers for the systems of initial and secondary vocational education. The university offers idea in education. Graduates become not only qualified vocational teachers, but they also acquire a high skill category as workers. Today, Russian State Vocational Pedagogical University graduates of the vocational teacher training program may be occupied both as teachers and as workers in essential vocation. This fact significantly provides for the enhanced opportunity of professional fulfillment of our graduates and allows them to be flexible and prompt in response to the actual needs of the economy. University also participates in governmental activities aimed at the development of vocational education. Education is one of the most important areas of human activity. By level of education, the population of Russia has a leading position in the world. The share of population aged 25 and 64 with higher education, including after school and secondary vocational education, according to the last census of 2010, was 62.6%. The federal law about education in the Russian Federation says that education in Russian is priority. Today, I will discuss impact in the pandemic of education in the world view from Russian Federation. On the Forum on Human Resource of the Digital Economy, special representative of the Russian President of Digital and Technology and Development, Dmitry Peskov, said, for the development of the national economy based on the digital technologies, it is necessary to better prepare the new generation, prepare digitally. In schools and university, retrain adult specialists who are ready to master digital competence. We understand exactly that we live in volatile, essential, complex, and ambiguous VUCA world, where we must use innovative instruments to meet developing needs of the Russian society and each our student. Pandemic world made the greatest impact to the VUCA world and make it more essential and complex. We understand exactly that this insatiety can be solved only by the organization. Digitalization and computers became the essence of our lives. That's why our university develops various projects to order somehow this world by digital transformation of vocational educational training teacher, training making it more simple, accessible, and understandable. About transformation of digital education. Digital training does not mean that training takes place in your mobile phone. It means providing training opportunities in the place where the employer is located. This is a way of learning, not a type of learning. People have been trying to apply technologies to corporate training for more than 30 years, from video disc to CD-ROM and to e-learning on YouTube. We have gone through a rapid change in learning technologies and development. Today's digital learning does not just mean production video that are easy to view on your phone. It means providing training opportunities in the place where the employer is located. About definitions, I would like to say about different e-learning and distance education technologies, because in our federal law on education Russia Federation, in Article 6, we have two definitions: e-learning and distance education technologies. E-learning is understood as the organization of educational activities with the use of information which exists in database and use in the implementation of educational programs, as well as information and telecommunications networks that provide the transmission of this information through communication lines, the interaction of students and teaching staff. Distance education technologies are understood as educational technologies implemented mainly with the use of information and telecommunication networks with the indirect at a distance interaction of students and teaching staff. What is the difference between e-learning and distance education technologies? We see in this federal law, distance education technologies say us about interaction between learners and teachers remains an integral part of the educational process. Distance education technologies only ensure that it is organized from a distance. E-learning clearly is it only provides students with access to the information stored in the relevant information system. The interaction of student with the teacher is considered as a possible, but is not required element of the educational process. Therefore, in fact, the learning in educational process can be implemented without the direct involvement of the teacher, whose role is changing significantly. And we can see distance education technology with teacher, e-learning without teacher. How it's we understand. And when implementing the educational process, it is possible to use e-learning for realization of individual educational activities, as well as combination of technologies. E-learning use electronic media of deliver flexible vocational education and training. It includes access to downloading and use of web, CD-ROM, or computer-based learning resource in the classroom, workplace, or home. It also includes online access to the participation in course activities, for example, online simulation, online group discussions, directed use of the internet, mobile, and voice technologies for learning, and research proposed structured learning-based ML communication and online assessment activities. This is about National Vocational Education Technology, a learning strategy of Russia Federation. And next Russian Federation legalization, we have a next documents, strategy for the development of the information society in the Russian Federation, where we can see creating conditions for development of a knowledge society in the Russian Federation, and the state program digital economy of Russian Federation, creating conditions for development of knowledge society and improving the level of awareness of digital literacy, developing the availability and quality of public digital service for citizens. National project, Modern e-learning environment in the Russian Federation, say us about within the framework of the state program development of education and the basic of for the development of an unfit e-learning space of the Russian Federation, and a platform performed by a complex of organizational and technical measures that provides an e-learning environment for a fully functional education process and access everywhere. And this is slides complex federal law on education about E-learning. This is I prepared. I imagine next several articles about use different technologies, key concepts, and e-learning. You can see on this slide. This is interesting national projects, I think, for you, national project education. This is for us, for our university. We read about by the end of 2024, more than 20% of students will have mastered selected courses, disciplines, modules, included online course, using resources from the other educational organization, including in university. Development system of online education. Number of educational institutions receiving credit for the implementation of online courses, the basic education programs, 20,000 people by the end of 2024 year. Centers of advanced vocational training will be set up on the basis of the best professional education organization, using modern equipment for training with other professional education organizations. Online educational programs, including future education. What about MOOCs? Because we discussed today e-learning, of course, I should to say about MOOCs. I think you know what is a MOOCs, and this is a massive open online courses. Of course, in Russia Federation, we have a different MOOCs, and we have different platforms, and I show you about our platform, and firstly, I would prepare also video about what is a MOOC. You can see this is a video about Arif.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you listen here. This is
Not yet. Not yet. You can share sound, Natalya.
Natalya?
okay. You can see.
I have shared this video to the participants, so maybe they can watch it in their own smartphone or their own PC. So I think you can continue your presentation.
Okay. Okay. I understand. Okay. Because I know this is a problem sometimes with Zoom, because we prepared a presentation with including its video. For demonstration, it's not correct, probably. I don't know why. It's sometimes, it's not often. But it's I prepared it's separated files, and I can to see send for you. This is files, and you can see, and later this is show this is video. Okay, about MOOCs, massive open online courses. It's a general principles, general feature requirements for MOOCs. It is first massive, second open, third online, first course, and it's all online courses. It's massive means give access to a large group of students that are in single class or institution called. Open access is the sense of not requiring a test of prior knowledge and enrollment in the larger course or the study institution. Open do not require payment, just for access to connect to content and peers. Online use online methods of delivery, making the most of what the web media has to offer. And the course follow a course of study with time-sensitive elements towards a specified learning outcome or set of outcomes. And label of online course, it means facilitated asynchronous interaction between many participants as possible. This can be done via course-specific forums, charts, and different discussed. MOOCs features multimedia and content, search selection and demonstration for digital content, coordination of its content in various media formats. Social collaboration and the students' contribution to each other learning interaction is not limited to the learning platform, but can be carried out in forms, chat, blog, social networks, and other. No specific requirements at the entrance. Geographical distribution of participants. Accessible from anywhere in the world. Interactivity in the interaction of students with the teacher and content. Uniform requirements at the exit. A strict program schedule. Continuous multimodal consists of many parts, session, chapter, learning experience. A mixture of asynchronous in the students' out rhythm, synchronous in the rhythm of the interflow, and short based motivation of participants using all the available advantages of modern learning technologies, for example, gamification, micro-training. Who the listen of the online course? Before, who are they? What is their background? What are they looking to change? What do they want to be able to do? What are the concerns? How do they want their life to be different? After study online courses, how they different? How do they show what they can do? Knowledge, skills. What job position can they now apply for? What will they say about your specialization to family, friends, and colleagues? How is their life different now? And next, I would like to talk for you about types of MOOCs. For example, Udacity, I think you know Coursera and edX. These organizations provide one interpretation of the MOOCs model. They focus on concise target video content. It is with short video rather than full-length lecture to wade through, and use automated testing to check students' understanding as they walk through the content. These MOOCs have been dubbed X-MOOCs. While they include discussion forums and allow people to bounce ideas around and discuss learning together. The center of course is the instructor-guided lesson. Each student's journey through the course is linear and based on the absorption and understanding of fixed competencies. Learning is seen as something that can be tested and certified. The other type of MOOC is based on connectivism. They are the C-MOOCs. They connect aspects of learning. Is brought to the fore is the C-MOOCs. It is chaotic experience and the personally and subject of petitions create the meaning, the build and the negative their own web of connects. C-MOOCs is not prospective and participants set their own learning goals and type of engagement. C-MOOCs are discursive communication, creating knowledge together. In Russian Federation, we compare its different platform, and you can see it's a different platform for MOOCs. I think you know Coursera, UDX, Udacity, FutureLearn, and Chinese online platform Xutang X. And you can see on this slide and number online courses. It's each year it's increase. It's increase a lot of university online courses and learners. And we in Russia we have a national platform, open educational. With only online course, only Russian languages. I know Coursera edX, it is a platform with multi-languages, with commenting, with different languages, and FutureLearn, Udacity, only English language. This is slides I prepared is a general online platform on Russian Federation. It is open education platform, Universarum, Lectorium, and Stepik. This is a platform who Russian teacher and students who likes e-learning can develop online courses. This is platform only Russian languages. And about national platform, open education in Russia, we have a different use case. First use case, self-education. Our student, our Russian people talking on online course without formal certification, without diploma. And supplementary education programs plus new types of programs without educational attainments, specialization, mini-master's degree, and other. And other use case, starting as a short part programs of higher education. And then this is online courses, receive the relevant certificate on the basis of the result of course, or inclusion of an online course, the curriculum. We have a different use case. And now we have aggregator. Our platform names platform one window. There you can see a web link online edu.ru. This is a platform one window about that. All online platform on Russian Federation we combined on this aggregator, and this is aggregator to allows for all people to receive anything material via online. It's we have different ways. For example, organization that provide online proctoring service, organizations that implement online courses, only employers, only separated users, only education organization using online courses. All online platform combined on this is resource, one window. We have one web links where you can see for me interesting material, and I then to check this is links, and I to receive online course, anything university in Russian Federation. This is a resource on video, more than 30 online platforms in Russia, and more than 15 development organizations and universities is different. And one window system system quality of assessment. It's very important questions. If my university to want online courses to exist one window resource, we should to check in quality assessment of each online courses. Each courses who it exists on window to check in a different protection. For example, education organization, assessment of eligibility by educational programs, and assessment on eligibility by federal state educational standard, Russian Federation. Each courses checking employers, world skills experts, for example. Independent experts to check this is online course, and it's independently users. Also, evaluation of content, organization, capital, and support. It suggests it's very equality online courses. And we have 29 rules, regulatory procedures, and criteria of quality of the online courses. Model of system of quality assessment of online courses, including the labor-intensive cost of online course quality assessment. Methodology of application for online courses, including competence and learning outcomes. Rules for the presentation of online courses on the one window, including a test for the eligibility on online courses for use on higher education. Methodology and rules for comparing of competence and learning outcomes from different online courses to enable ranking of online courses with similar competence and learning outcomes. And methods of building rating of online courses based on the results of their assessment of quality. And next components of system quality assessment of the online courses is requirements of competence for staff involved in the development and implementation of online courses. Rules and criteria for the admission and independent organization and experts to the comparative assessment or accreditation for online courses and process related to the development and implementation. And rules and criteria for assessing the quality of online courses by users, educational organization, employers, independent organization, and experts. Rules for the acceptance of online courses for programmable service, and components of the online course quality assessment system for the secondary vocational education. This is algorithm about assessment quality. This is only we have image, is not translated. And examples for visualization of evaluation result of quality of one window. The first examples, this is online course, was experts from federal state standards. It's okay. It's second example about this is causes recommended labor employer. And the third examples, this is course recommend its Ministry of Education, because this is course was included in accreditation. And we have a criteria and evaluation result and recommendation for a quality assessment of online courses by an educational organization. We have 4 criteria: accordance of competence and results of the online course with the discipline program, accordance of content of online course to reported learning outcomes, methodology of competence of online course, and finish criteria for quality assessment of online courses, accordance of monitoring tools with the involving learning outcomes. Evaluation result: opinion on the possibility of using an online courses in the educational program and the recognition of learning results. And then recommendation: the content of the online courses should be more aligned with the content with the discipline. Increase the number of interactive and practice-oriented components, for example. And algorithm for the implementation of the online course, which recognized by educational organization. And 4 steps. In first steps, development of local regulation, which will to describe the procedure for the recognition of the results of the online course. And second steps, selection and evaluation of the online courses. Third steps, posting on the websites these online courses, and first to retrieve certificates of these online courses. And who is sources online courses? Sources online courses may develop own online courses. For example, each university develop online courses for disciplines, each university, and use of online courses which available in the market of online education. For example, market, it was resource one window or different online platform on Russian Federation. This is can source online courses. Advantages of developing our online courses. This is promote the educational programs, opportunity to offer expertise to a given area to a wide range of partners, a potential commercial efficiently. But of course, exist difficulties for developing our online courses. This is a complex and difficult process, and technology complex and logistical and human resource demanding process. It's need an author teams, quality teams, logistic base, and wide range of professionals. It's types of MOOCs. It's they are very much. The classification these MOOCs 2 categories: limitation of target audience or modification of design and implementation. I think you know this is types MOOCs. It's maybe for you it's very interesting vocational open online courses. In Russia Federation we discuss it now about this is especially online course for secondary educational, about for vocational education, because it's a very specific branch in education. Next, I would like to introduce to you our experience, the experience of our university in digital transformation of vocational pedagogical education and training. I'd like to show you some figures, describe the quantity of vocational educational training, teaching training in Russia. You may see on the chart the development of VET teacher training in Russia. This opposite to the previous slide, you may see the needs of the Russian vocational education training system in the VET teachers with special psychological and pedagogical training. Now we are going directly to the experience of my university. In Russian State Vocational Pedagogical University started its own program of the digital transformation in 2019. We started with development of basic courses for the first and second year of education at 6th level of National Qualification Framework. Just from the onset, we developed the continuous professional development course, E-learning environment function, online course development for our teachers and external learners. In the university, we use 3 models on using e-learning. First is a blended learning model. The second one is when you are online but supported essentially by a tutor. The third model is usually for distance learning, where is not face-to-face contact and tutor support is minimal. Courses are developed as MOOCs. Additionally, I'd like to articulate that we are considered as a pedagogical university. Also, on the didactic of vocational education training teacher, you see on the screen the circle knitted inside each other. That demonstrates the involvement of our didactic principles. The adopt didactic principle are shown on the next slides. It is domination, personalization, flexibility, and adaptability from our guidelines for the course or model development. Here you may see what type of e-learning components we are developing. Virtual classroom has not been yet reached. That is our future milestone. And in university, we have a digital environment. It's included its different information systems. 59% of courses are available online via digital service. For example, Moodle, Zoom, Mirapolis, and other systems. We analyzing the impact of the COVID pandemic students' view. 33 university students noted that the effectiveness of the educational process has decreased. 49% students expressed their opinion in favor of the combination of full-time and distance learning. You can see difficulties when using e-learning and distance learning. This is a student's view. Also, we asked teachers about benefits. You can see on these slides benefits from students and from teachers about e-learning. Teachers said us about educational material with interactive means, development of knowledge and skills in accordance with the latest modern technologies and standards, and other. Students in the first place to need to waste time on the way to the place for study, saving money on transportation cost and other. If to show this slide, we combined systematic view about is problem, all problem for e-learning in educational process. It is growth, development, and updating of local regulation. We should make it, and technologies for conducting online classes. We are using a different platform, our university, and digital methodological training for teacher, and we conducted a series of training session on for teacher on working with Moodle and Mirapolis. This is system for webinars, and we published publication about technical instruction and guidelines developed, and we prepared team of digital volunteers for help our teachers. And next group for when was a pandemic, I mean totally digitalization in Russian, we necessary adaptation of learners and technical instruction development, curators conducting briefing in groups, and systematic advice and feedback for students. Important information supplement. We created hotline on website on university. We created hotline on phone for students, for parents, for teachers, for help with e-learning technology, distance education technology, because it was firstly was problem. And the creation of the section on the website, transition of distance learning, and duplicated often all information is via social network of official groups. And of course, maintaining of the quality of education, monitoring the timelines of positing materials. This is all our experience 1 year ago, and if finished, I would like to say about for e-learning in Russia Federation developed. It's very it's a lot of all university, our university, all university, each university to develop online courses. We have a lot of platform. We have a lot of teachers, but for teachers is not easy to prepare video lecture. For example, it's is not easy to prepare to discuss with virtual classroom via webinar. It was problem. Now it's not a problem, but we have sometimes technical problems and methodological problems with e-learning, but it's our research in Russian Federation. I think in next lecture, I would like to say for you about secondary education. I suggest only a theme about secondary education in Russian Federation. And because we have a change strategy of our Ministry of Education, Russian Federation, about this is a system. We have a different this is system, and I will prepare next presentation about secondary education in Russian Federation. To be continued. Thank you. Please questions. I hope this lecture was interesting. For me, it's not easy because my voice it's maybe it's difficult only too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Natalya Lomovtseva. It's a good opportunity to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us. Yes, all participants, we have listened to presentation of material, which is very remarkable. Thank you, Prof, for that excellent presentation about MOOCs, kemudian then e-learning, component system quality assessment, online course, fits teacher training, and digital didactics and etc. Okay, Mayal, of you get the value and benefit from you. The next session, question and answer session. Mrs. Sarah, Mrs. Farah, are you ready?
Okay, thank you,
Okay,
Mr.
time is you.
Thank you, Dr. Natalya, for sharing this knowledge today. This, as my understands, MOOC is a platform that provides students to explore learning materials for free. And I have also studied a course from Udacity. The course I used to study really helped me as an informatics student because Udacity offers many courses that is relevant with the training skills like artificial intelligence or cybersecurity. One thing that interests me in the fact that MOOCs construct their curriculum according to industry needs. So it's very excellent. I hope someday Universitas Negeri Yogyakarta, it's for Professor Bruri, Universitas Negeri Yogyakarta could give free access and join with MOOCs programs like National University Singapore or Nanyang or Shanghai University in Chinaso. So the students from here are able to learn with wide materials and free definitely. Well, the next one is a question and answer sessions. We have two Q&A sessions. With each session consists of 2 questions. We limit the question and answer sessions. Time is about 5 to 8 minutes for each questions. For the participants who want to ask a questions are invited. Okay, there are Mr. Septiono and Mr. Widodo. I think Mr. Septiono, you can first to turn your microphones, please.
Thank you very much. Do you hear my voice?
Yes, of course, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the presentation, Prof. Natalya. I think it's very nice. And nice to meet you at the first time. I'd like to ask about how the Russian Federation developed the MOOC with huge number of platform, I think. You said that it's around 50 platform used to operate this MOOC. Is it right? And then how the university developed this MOOC in only in 1 year maybe, and how the accreditation be held for this MOOC system. I think it's very interesting because in this post-pandemic era, we have experience in e-learning program, I think. And just Tinesa Farah said that we have good opportunity to help MOOC in Indonesia because we have huge number of labor, and then we have lack of infrastructure and maybe about the finance system. And I think it's very interesting, and I hope we can learn more about this MOOC system, and we can develop this system not just in our academic system, but also in our society system. And the last question, how about the people respond to this MOOC? Do they interest for this program, or several or huge number of participants in this MOOC? Thank you very much for the answer.
Okay. Thank you for your questions. I understood you about you interesting about how we develop a MOOC, what is the infrastructure in the university for developing MOOC, because it's
yes.
Okay. It's I think about on English languages because it's not easy. Each university develop online courses. Online courses, each university is not MOOC, because we have a separated online platform or a platform only for our students. If educational organization wants this is online course make MOOCs with the benefits, with the principles, each online courses we should to check, to test on quality system of quality assessment, and we should to send for each online courses for Ministry of Education of other organization who can to testing this online courses, and only if each online courses will to successfully this is organization and this is online courses, we can to put on resources on window, on online platform on window, and this is online course will MOOC, because we have a lot of online courses now in university, but I have not MOOC. And about financial, yes, a question. Yes, and if educational organization has agreement with Ministry of Education about about payment of this is online courses, and then authors, I mean docent, professor will pay, we receive money for this online course if these courses will testing of successfully for MOOCs, for online platform. Yes, for successful. Yes, it's all. Not I forgot. This is last question.
Last question.
If enough.
If enough. No.
Okay.
One question. One last question
okay.
is how about the public response about these courses? Do they are they interested, or what is your opinion about this? About these courses?
Okay. Our students, interestingly, if online courses for yes. I don't know, it's honest because it's very difficult questions. Our students is not all who understand what is the online courses, what is the benefits for if they study online courses. Our students is not understand this is benefits, and how many participants on online courses is different. Yeah. It's different because many students in Russia Federation likes online courses of management, and now yes, it's for programs for online courses of management. It's very more participants. It's more. Yes. 1,000 participants. Now we have interesting because it's a strategy of Ministry Education, of strategy on political Russia Federation. Our student all Russian. I means interesting machine learning. It's study machine learning. This is a programmer IT specialization. It's I means it depends how many participants on different online courses. It depends of political education, I think.
Okay. Thank you, Natalya, for the answer.
Okay. Tineza, sorry, yes. I can see this is a question of chat. Or if firstly I answered Vidodo, sorry, and sorry. Yes, and next okay. I ready Vidodo. Okay.
Mr. Widodo, if you want to read your questions in English or Natalie just reads in Russians. How?
What Russians? No, Widodo asked. Okay.
Maybe I question in English.
Yes.
Okay. Please. Of course.
Okay, thank you, Professor Natalya. I am is favorite for Russia in Habib Nurmagomedov MMI. Yeah. Okay. My question is number one is vocational education is synonyms with hands-on practice. My question: how to deal with the global phenomenon of VUCA, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, plus pandemic 90. So that's my students skill are good by optimizing and how to guarantee the quality of hands-on learning through MOOC technology for in Russia to adopt it in Indonesia. Maybe the first question can be answered for Professor Natalya, and the next I hope can discuss slowly and harmful. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I understand. Thank you for your question. For about VUCA world, it's a very interesting question because I don't know what I say about this VUCA. It's not totally digitalization for Russia. It was not ready, I think, because especially education, especially schools, secondary schools, for our students, it was problem because for us it was surprised. Our students at home is not have a good technical and good in internet provider. It was problem. it was for us in Russian Federation, it was problem. At schools, at at kindergarten, and it's all people. Because a lot of people on Russian, we have at home one PC and one smartphone, no, maybe 3 smartphones. And but if we have 2 children who study at school, and if mother is a teacher at university, it was for us was problem at home. But about your questions about pandemic, my opinion, it's MOOCs, online courses. It is e-learning offers for all people on world to study and self-study it also. And VUCA world, it's this is phenomenon. This is pandemic era. I think we should do flexibility. It's a personalized individualization. This is a flexible. This is a 3 principle, in my opinion. Each people should be in now world. It's this is questions. It's my answer for your first questions about what is a better MOOCs, COOCs, or SPOCs for online education. It depends of requirement. If depends of necessary for itself. If I want to, for example, to grow flowers. Only flowers, for me, it's only SPOC without certificate. Only I can show YouTube. I can see YouTube, and for me, it will be enough. MOOCs, it's my opinion. It's more interesting for world. It's all world. And for communication, international student, it's for me, it's very interesting MOOCs. And I think a lot of platform of MOOCs, it is concurrentnost. It's a comparative because I studied itself on Coursera. It was at 2020, 8 years ago. For me, it was interesting because for me, Coursera, it was first online platform then. And now we have MOOCs in different platform. For example, I recommended my student Khan Academia. It's very interesting online platform with MOOCs. It's different MOOCs. It's video MOOCs. It's my answer for second questions. Widodo, it's okay?
Okay, it's a good discussion and good answer. Answer is excellent, Prof. Natalya, and I hope can be joining for the collaboration research and other programs. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Farah.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Mr. Widodo and Professor Natalya. And there's one questions in chat room. From Mr. Wali. Thank you, Natalya, for your interesting presentations. Currently, the pandemic is not over. How to develop the ideal MOOC so that students' outcomes becomes professional human resource, especially for practical course. Students cannot freely access tools as if they graduate, they have to deal with industry. What do you think, Prof?
Okay, I read this is questions on chat. How to develop the ideal? How ideal MOOC? It's very ideal, fantastic, or really. I saw it's a very interesting MOOC. What is the ideal MOOC? Because ideal MOOC, it depends from students, from learners who studies this MOOC. If students says about it's very good online course, I think it's ideal MOOC. But about especially for practical course, student can feel access tools and it deals with industry. I think this is question about virtual reality and additional reality, and we are discussed about how we can to include it with online courses is a new technology. I mean virtual reality and additional reality for practical results. Because in Russian we discussed about included secondary education. I mean vocational education system about virtual masters who can to try it practical skills firstly and virtual technique in virtual technologies. I think what only now I can see on these questions my answer, but especially for practical course students can, I think only virtual technologies. It's my answer for these questions.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Natalya. It's clearly Mr. Wali.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. I can see. Because I don't know who is this, because it's a lot of studies. I don't know who is asking me, and it's very nice. Okay, nice to meet you. Phone call, Vali Pranoto.
Yes, Poncho Wali Pranoto.
Vali Pranoto, okay, Vali Pranoto, okay. It's very nice.
I think, Natalya, in Indonesian, especially in students, there are a platform that's very favored platform for MOOCs, yeah. The name is Udacity. So all course is free, either for hard skill or soft skill, yeah. And is there any questions? Oh,
okay.
Rian.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, moderator Mrs. Farah. Spasibo, Dr. Natalya. I want to ask about online education. If in Russia has a land area, then what is the strategy for develop online education in Indonesia with diverse areas such as island, mountain, or sea or forest? I think in Borneo Island, for example, because internet access in areas far from the city is very difficult. Does develop online education need to attention to regional structure, Dr. Natalya? Thank you.
Okay. For our country, it was really problem too, because of course we have a lot of cities, a lot of small cities, a lot of village who very bad internet technology too, and for this is e-learning, it's really problem. How e-learning is have benefit, advantages, but we are depends from technology. It's real. It's true.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Natalya.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rian. Maybe there are any question? One more time, please.
I have a question for you, Natalya.
Okay, Arif.
With your experience in MOOC, what is your hardest challenge? How to develop MOOC in Russia in order to we can adopt it also in Indonesia?
Questions about
your challenge, how to develop MOOC in Russia.
What develop? What is develop? What?
The MOOC.
MOOC. Okay, MOOC. MOOC. Okay, MOOC. How we develop MOOC on Russian for adopt in Indonesian?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know problem because Arif, if may I question for you for your question? Sorry, because I say principal MOOCs who when we develop MOOCs we see this is principle. In Indonesian, it's different principle for develop of online courses, or it's same. Because
I think it's same. I think with the government policy to develop MOOC in Indonesia, I think.
Okay, because structure online courses, I mean, it's introduction, lecture, practical, presentations, and different material. It's same of in the world. It's my opinion. And adopt MOOCs on Russian or Serbia or Europe is not difference. It's structure online courses, and for me, is not a problem for adopt in Russian for Indonesian or Indonesian for Russian. It's this is only problem with languages, but I think we have, for example, Google Translated. Please, it is our students very like this is instrument.
And we can use Google Translator to translate any language in the world, I think.
Okay, it's not problem for me. Okay, it's my answer for you. It's not problem for adopt.
Okay, I understand. Thank you, Natalya.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Arif. And maybe it's Professor Bruri challenge for someday to join these MOOCs programs. So UNY can make his own curriculum for Indonesia.
Yes, yes. We forced Professor Bruri to develop MOOC.
But Professor Bruri still silent.
No. I know because I tell you right.
I'm sorry, bro.
I hear all. Okay, I think that's good. That's good idea because MOOCs in Indonesia is still silent. Sorry, and cute because almost all of the activities in online not in MOOC platform, only like online Google Meeting, something like that. And then the materials or the material learning come from the individuals, not like come from the. For example, if I want to take a certificate of maybe something, a certificate, one of the certificate, and then we can use MOOCs to follow the course, and then after that, after we finish the module in that course, and then we have like test or get a certification examination, something like that. But in Indonesia, I think it's not like that.
maybe next time we will make more close to Russian, especially with Natalya Lomovtseva to make a MOOC platform, not only in learning, but special, maybe certification for boards, maybe in management of education, something like that. I think that's a good idea. Is it like that, Natalya? Natalya?
Okay.
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 Okay. Thank you, Professor Bruri. I'm sorry. And dear participants, due to time constraint, not all questions can be answered by the speakers, but all of these questions will be conveyed to the speakers, and then the answer will be conveyed via WhatsApp group. Is it all right, Natalie?
Okay.
Okay. This is the end of. Okay. This is the end of question and answer sessions. Thanks to the participant that have participated actively. And thank you for attending the sessions. And if you want to say something, Natalie?
Farah, Natalie have one request before we close this meeting.
Oh, okay.
She want to take a picture with us.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Arif, for reminder. And Mr. Wali, are you ready?